everybody, and welcome back to a special edition of our Roundtable series. Today, we will be discussing athletics, and I have our sports editor leading this segment. So, Anthony, tell us a little more about what we're talking about here.
Okay, so the focus of this roundtable is going to be with our athletes. So we have multiple guests, including two alumni, Sam and Natalia. So I'm going to start off with our current athletes, and then I have the alumni introduce themselves. So athletes, just briefly tell us your major, what you would be in this fall. Alumni, just we know you graduated. So if you're coming back, you can tell that too. But I'll have Ben start off.
So my name is Ben. I am a junior this year. I'm majoring in sports administration.
My name is Christa. I am a junior this year, and I'm majoring in biology.
Now, Natalia, please.
Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna wait for like us later on, but my name is Natalia. I recently graduated. I got my undergrad in marketing, and I had a minor in culture and global studies.
And Sam.
I'm Sam. I just graduated as well, and I got my bachelor's in communications with a concentration in journalism and advertising.
Okay, so first I'm gonna get right into it. So first I'm gonna ask you a simple question. So how are each of you doing this during this pandemic? Just tell me what each of you have been doing. How was transitioning to online for the rest of the spring semester?
So I guess I'll start. So far, I guess better. It was really tough in the beginning because we just stopped practicing and everything, and we had to stay indoors. Finding a way to work out has been difficult, but now fun. And I've been working, and it's been pretty good. Online classes were very difficult with organic chemistry, but we got through it, and yeah, just waiting for the fall now.
Ben?
I guess. Oh, okay, Ben.
No, you want to go, Natalia? Go ahead.
Sure. I kind of have the same experience with Christa, like finding like times or adjusting to the workout like on your own without your teammates or even a gym has been kind of difficult for me. And having the online classes has been kind of hard. I'm thankful that I'm done and I don't have to go back to that in the fall. So yay. But overall, graduating hasn't been too hard. I started a business, so I haven't been really looking for jobs, and it has been going really well, especially me being at home, and I don't have to have a lot of different distractions. So it's been pretty good, but a rough start.
All right, Ben, I'll let you take the floor.
The online classes wasn't too hard, to be honest, because all of my classes were online as it was before the pandemic started. So nothing really changed in that aspect. And it was kind of difficult working out by myself, but I kind of used that time to work on more of my body weight instead of just the physical weights and try to improve on that.
And Sam?
I didn't really have a hard time with classes exactly because my schedule was pretty light since it was my last semester anyways. So it wasn't too challenging. And Natalia said it before, but it's nice not having to return in the fall. So we didn't really have to worry about really working out or improving. We didn't have to be as rigorous as before because we're not returning. So that was a relief. But besides, it was hard being home, without my teammates. And it was so abrupt, I didn't really get to adjust to, transitioning from being on a team to being by myself. So it was kind of hard, but it's good now.
I'm glad to hear everything's going well. So I know we've been in off season for most of the sports. So have you guys been doing any workouts specifically to stay in training for when your season starts? I know Natalia and Sam, you guys are alums. It's mainly for Ben and Christa. I think Ben brought up working out, but Ben, have you done anything specific from coaches telling you, Christa as well?
I probably should have, but I didn't. I actually just started earlier this month, but I still kind of adjusted it to what I want to do instead of what they gave me to do. I mean, it's almost as hard as what they gave me, just not specifically.
They provided us with a lot of different like skill works to do like whenever we had free time. But for conditioning, like for soccer, I mostly do a lot of long runs in the morning. I try to get to the field and do sprints up and down the field, and a lot of like ball work for my technical skills is really important. So I've been doing a lot of that.
I think for me, Anthony, I don't know if you really know me, but I just don't have like a collegiate like athletic path. So while I was in school, I was doing both collegiate and nationally. But now that I'm out of school, I still have to train for nationals, which was kind of stopped abruptly like everyone else. But I think for me, I've just been trying to figure out a way to like gradually work out because I know like all athletes are having that trouble of not going in it 100% because there is, you know, a risk of injury if you haven't been working out for like 6 weeks and then you're trying to do what you did in March. So I think I'm on the same with Ben, where you're doing a lot more body weight stuff instead of being in the gym. But I also do a little bit of Christa where I do some running, but I hate that. So.
All right, so I'm going to transition for the current athletes. So Ben, track and field, Chris is in women's soccer. So what is your opinion for both of you for your upcoming season? Have your coaches come up with any planning so far? And are other athletes on board with returning with everything going on if there are certain protocols put in place for each year's sports?
Well, for my sport, we have a lot of internationals. So coming in from like their countries, it's going to be kind of chaotic. Like they will have to quarantine for 2 weeks. So some are trying to come in earlier so that we can start on time because we're supposed to be coming in around August 5th, like the first week of August. So figuring that whole thing out and making sure everyone's like back in and then done their 2 weeks of quarantine and then so that we're not affected by if they do have the virus. We know that some of our traveling has been restricted. Like we were supposed to go to the West Coast, but that has been canceled due to everything that's going on. So like finding different home games that are around here, that's what we've mostly been trying to figure out. And, you know, I'm excited to see what this season's gonna hold, even with the restricted traveling. So that'd be cool.
Thanks, Roman, for joining us. Do you mind briefly just telling us your year, your major, and what your sport is?
Hi everyone. My name is Roman Mioduszewski. I do track. I throw javelin here at Fairleigh Dickinson, and my major is sports administration. And my year, you said? I am a senior.
Anthony, I don't know if they answered your last topic, but if you want to ask Roman now, you may.
So Roman, so basically, what have you been doing during the whole pandemic? Just give me a quick rundown. How was the rest of the online semester for the spring?
The semester was fun. You know, it's not what I intended. I took classes not to be online, so it was kind of a hard change to switch. But overall, it was good. I mean, you adapt, you learn. You learn it's a time in life that you gotta that hopefully never happens again. But it was good. Training is hard because everything is closed. No gym is open, so training is kind of difficult. But make the best happen. Use your body weight, and that's it. Best make everything happen.
So back to the current question we're on. So Roman and Ben, both track and field. So you got your seasons upcoming in I want to say fall and spring, right? If I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Winter.
Okay. So have coaches, as coach, gave you any plans on how the season's going to go? And are you guys on board with a season that kind of strict protocols for you guys? Just let me know what you guys think about it.
Ben, you want to go first on that one since winter is more your sport than me?
Yeah, so we don't really have a plan right now. I know they came up with a plan for cross country, but for me specifically, for winter and spring. They didn't really come up with a plan yet. So I don't know how far we're traveling or if we're traveling at all.
Yeah, and spring kind of follows back on like what happens in the winter. So if winter travels and spring travels pretty much.
All right, so I'm going to transition here. I think this is our last topic, to Natalia. So Natalia, you've been playing a big part with Brad and FDU Athletics with BLM. So I'm going to have you take the floor. How did that all come to light?
Yeah, I think how it started, it was around like Mother's Day weekend when Ahmed Aubrey died, and I wanted to do something for our student athletes. I wanted us to run with Ahmad on February 23rd, and or around whatever Mother's Day weekend is, and Brad kind of shut me down, and he was like, I don't think we could do something like this, and it would take, a lot to get this approved and stuff like that. And I was really upset by it, but I just ignored it. And then fast forward to George Floyd's death, and when a lot of the social media was there, and that had a big influence on people, saying something and voicing their opinions on it. And I called our athletic department out. I said, people care when they want to care, and it's only for social embarrassment. And Brad said, you know what, I apologize, and I'm here to listen, and what you guys as athletes want to change. And I didn't want it to just be my voice. I wanted it to be, I wanted to represent the voice for all athletes of color at FDU, even though I am graduating, but I still want it to be a safe place for those athletes. So we kind of came together and chose some changes. One being having some kind of mental health that represents our student body, not just race-wise, but also sexuality. So if we have 50% Black student athletes, our sports psych should look like 50%, or if there's a percentage of gay or LGBTQ community, that should also be represented. Our second change was to have some kind of community service in our community that helps out the people in our surrounding community as Teaneck and Hackensack. I don't know if you guys live in that area, but it is predominantly Black and Spanish, yet our volunteering or community service doesn't really impact them. And then our last thing was to kind of have for us to have an initiative to vote. That was really our last thing. The fourth thing is our last thing, was to educate our athletic staff on race issues, because a lot of the times there were race issues that were brought up in the past, before quarantine, during quarantine, and definitely after. And the athletic staff didn't really know what to do and how to go about it. So we thought that could be something that we would change.
That's great. I'm glad they're on the same page and doing this work. So I'm going to conclude with the last question for my current athletes. Do you guys want to go back to playing for real?
I do. I miss it. I miss soccer. I miss my teammates, coaches, just the competition. But I am a little timid to actually start it back, because in the fall there's supposed to be another outbreak. So keeping our athletes safe should be top priority, no matter how much we do want to get back on the field. So it's my take on it.
I could also agree with that. I mean, as much as I miss all my teammates and everyone, I don't want to risk, hurting someone else if I'm the carrier, or if someone else is the carrier, then we're all going to be sick. And then, I feel like if we just take our time, let this virus kind of ride out, I feel it'd be a lot easier to get back into things. I miss the gym and I miss everything, but honestly, a little break doesn't really hurt.
Ben, do you feel the same way?
I feel the same.
Okay.
Better feel the same way, Ben.
Well, I'm guessing that'll conclude the edition of the Roundtable. thank you to all of our guests for joining us. And I hope to see you all in the fall.
I would like to echo that. Thanks. And you know, taking your time being here. I know it's probably like the most random time, but it's okay. And also ending, please like, comment, share, and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Follow us on IG, Twitter, and follow us on LinkedIn. Thank you so much. Again, thank you to the guests. I hope you all have a nice day. Stay safe, wash your hands, and wear your mask. Thank you.